You have a synchronous meeting coming up with your class, and you might be wondering how to best use the time to engage your students. With this video, we'll show you examples of activities to help you make the most of your meeting. It is always a good idea to share what you're going to do during the meeting with your students ahead of time. Sharing the structure of the meeting will help you and your students stay on task while engaging in class activities. To give you an idea of the range of activities you can use in your class meetings, here's an example of a hypothetical 2-hour lesson plan. We start off with a short icebreaker activity to take attendance and check in on student progress. Then a short slide lecture with interactive elements, a 15-minute break, then students participate in a think, pair, share activity about the topics discussed. Finally, we wrap up with an exit ticket response in chat for students to share what they have learned. What is an effective way to start a synchronous meeting? And how do you break the ice? Inviting students to participate in a Canvas discussion about readings done at home can be a quick way to engage them as soon as they join the meeting. Using Canvas discussions not only lets students reflect on each other's answers, but it can also allow us to take attendance. In addition, the discussion facilitates a smooth transition to our presentation, our next activity. How do you keep your lecture engaging for your students in an online context? Keeping your lecture short and introducing interactive elements along the way can make the content more vibrant and conversational. In our example, the Q&A feature in Google Slides lets us present on a topic, incorporating student questions as we go. This lets students play a more active role. At the end of our lecture, before moving on to the next tasks, it's time for a 15-minute break. While students get up and stretch, we have a chance to prepare for the next activities. A think, pair, share activity asks your students to first work independently, then in small groups, and finally to share with the whole class. It's a 3-step activity. The first step is to reflect on the material presented. Our students will work on their own by answering the question we posted on Jamboard. Next, students will work in pairs in breakout rooms. We are going to add a timer to the breakout rooms so that everyone can gather again to share the results of their discussions. Small group discussions can give shy students an opportunity to engage with the topic in a comfortable, low-stakes setting. We'll use the Jamboard as a shared virtual space for students to visualize their thinking. Finally, the class is brought back together for a whole group discussion. Groups will share their work to the whole class, giving students a chance to take the lead and show off what they have done. Our last 10 minutes of class are dedicated to asking students to use the chat feature to list one thing they learned during the meeting and one thing they're confused about. This quick activity will help us and our students prepare for the next class. Today, we wanted to share an example of what an active and engaging lesson plan could look like. There are endless possibilities to organize your class meeting. What activities can you include in your class meetings? If you find activities that work well for you, please share. Tell your peers and ask what works for them. We're always excited to hear what you come up with.